Next up, Chicago's Ed Obradovich.
The words used to describe Ed Obradovich, number 87, were always the same. Wild, tough, relentless. And although there was no disputing their accuracy, it was easy to wonder if they went far enough. Because the career of Ed Obradovich was always filled with trouble. First, there was the trouble he created for quarterbacks, attacking their blockers and eliminating their potential receivers at the same time. Then there was the trouble he made for himself with his fiery temper. His personality ran on iron rails, and once the track was chosen, there was no way to swerve or go back.
Ed was always wild, volatile. He's like World War III walking down the street. He could go off anytime.
OB, that crazy son of a gun, I'm gonna tell you what. When I first got to the Bears, there wasn't enough whiskey in Chicago to feed him.
Before kickoff, OB was a friendly sort, but once the game began, he became a heavy-duty hitman. He was a player without much subtlety in a time that demanded even less.
I think in the years that I played, I think there were some guys that were really, you know, you like to catch them, you know, in the bar afterwards or somewhere, and say, you know, now that you're facing me, pal, you know, how tough are you? The gratifying thing about it is when you can get to the quarterback. And those were some other people I didn't like. You know, at the time I'm making 10-5, and these guys are making 105, you know, and you just, you had a great hate for them.
On running plays, the Bears' defense was designed for Obradovich to occupy as many blockers as possible. So the middle linebacker, Dick Butkus, number 51, could flow unencumbered to make the tackle.
I'm stringing this play out like I'm supposed to do. Lo and behold, unbeknownst to me, who's right behind me is Butkus, the monster. I'm getting the hell beat out of me going along the way, and he makes the tackle right at the end, just before the guy goes out of line and kills him. And I'll never forget it. And Abe Gibran was one of our defensive coaches, and he says, for sake of Obradovich, take a look at yourself. You're upside down on the ground. Butkus, great job. I thought to myself, oh, I'll be damned. I take out 4 guys, he makes the tackle, never got touched.
We'd be watching movies, and he'd be getting up and his helmet would be sideways, and he took on about 3 guys, and he says, way to fight off the blockers, Dick. I'd be getting up off the tackle, and no one was there because he took on everybody.
Whenever I made a tackle, which was few and far between, I remember Dick saying, hold him up, hold him up. You know, because he wanted to come in really cracking me on. I'm saying, hold him up, for sake, I'm hanging on. The hell do you mean, hold him up? You know, what, make you look like a hero?
Ed Obradovich traded macho for manners and sweat for polish. He was a high-octane mixture of cussin' and fussin', but his tank was never empty.
When you teed it up, as they say, on Sunday afternoon, well, you could count on OB because he was there to play, and he would be there till the last dog was hung. That's a hell of a man, Ed Obradovich.
Pro football is a game. And now, on NFL's greatest moments, a look at a man who has been one of the NFL's premier running backs for 14 seasons.
Marcus Allen has long electrified the game he loves with spectacular performances, such as the one he turned in during Super Bowl 18. In just his second pro season, Allen secured his reputation as one of the NFL's premier running backs by rushing for 191 yards.
His field, and he gets away for a moment, comes back up the middle of 30, 25, 40, catching, past 2 men at the 50, down to the 40, picking up a blocker, to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, touchdown Raiders!
Allen looks back on his entire performance as having a kind of mystical quality.
That was the one time that I remember being in a zone, if you can remember such a thing. I mean, everything was going absolutely right. I mean, the visualization of holes, things were moving in slow motion, and I felt that I was, at least they were moving in slow motion, and I felt that I was at top speed at all time. It was really a strange thing, but a wonderful thing, and I got it at the right time, and that was at the Super Bowl.
He played one of the great Super Bowl games that have ever been played.